We gotta do one more, guys. We gotta. Dude, Rocksteady keeps pulling me back in, man. There's just too much shit with this game. It's just so fun. It's so fun to shit on this game.
A really long
I'm
time
sorry.
for Rocksteady to follow
Look,
up their
they make it so easy, guys. They make it so easy. What can I say, man? They make it so easy. Pal World. Hey, we have Pal World videos up, Kid Valentine. Definitely check those out.
highly acclaimed Batman Arkham series.
Pal World is great.
To be precise.
9
it's
years.
Not going well. Behind the scenes drama, angry fans, server
Ooh.
issues, everything.
See, this is really cool. They'll probably talk about some of the details that about like the developers leaving the company and stuff. This might be a lot of details that I just didn't know about. This is what I'm hoping for because I don't want to buy this game. So this will give us, this is actually really, really good. We can get some really in-depth information about why this game sucks and like what happened with this game. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I'm excited.
You'd expect to see in a highly divisive launch is here and accounted for. There's a lot of anger getting thrown around at the moment, and unfortunately, it's almost entirely justified. There is a lot.
Oh, tell it to me. Tell it to me again. Hold on. Hold on. What about that anger?
At the moment, and unfortunately, it's almost entirely justified.
Oh, that feels good. Okay. All right. Because I got a lot of salty fans of this game yelling at me on Twitter. I got some funny DMs. And you know, maybe don't be mad at me. Be mad at Rocksteady who made this fucking piece of shit game. Just tossing it out.
There is a lot to talk about.
Maybe your anger is misdirected
Hi, folks,
here.
it's Falcon.
I'm just
Today
a
on
messenger.
Game Ranks, we're gonna ask the question: just what the hell is going on with Suicide
Have you not
Squad
turned
Kill
off your
Justice?
Twitter DMs? Oh, I don't read them. I'll just like read that it's like because people are very, very obvious in like the first 5 words that oh you blah 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 bleep 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 bleep, and I'm like okay yep this is one of those, so I just pass it. I don't read the DMs. I just see that it is those. Because like I unfortunately because I'm a content creator, I can't completely turn off my DMs. If I do, there will be like a company that will only reach out to you on a DM on Twitter or like an artist or something like that I'm actually trying to reach out to, and I won't be able to talk to them. So I'm just kind of forced to leave my DMs open on everything. Even if I don't pay much attention to them. Like Discord DMs are the only ones I actually really read, but that's because there's an extra barrier protection for like, you know, people trying to DM me with idiotic slurs or some shit.
Before we get going at all, I gotta give you a spoiler warning.
I don't think it's even worth it then, Silent.
Up to and including the end.
Silent said the only time I'll play this game is next year when it goes on sale for $3.99. Silent, past is precedence. It'll be a shuttered game by then. All of the online aspects will be turned off and you won't be even able to play it. When this game launched, they had an issue with the servers and the entire game was unplayable. That's a really, really big issue with games these days that are like always online. You can't even play them anymore. Marvel's Avengers, you can't even play. Like it's just gone. That's a big problem with these games. It's really sad. This is why I hate a lot of these games as a service. They try to get those Fortnite dollars without giving any quality. And the game, when it inevitably fails because it's a piece of shit, it is just gone. Like even for like the single player that someone might actually enjoy, you can't even try to play it anymore. It's just gone.
If that's the thing that matters
it's so
to you,
sad.
the X is the thing you should probably click right now. But I think you're going to want to stick around. Because you know a game is going to be trouble when even the previews from major gaming websites are like universally negative. Here's the thing.
Yeah. Seeing that headline was so funny. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League preview. We played it, and we didn't like it. Oh my god, man. WB pulled the review codes, by the way, as well. Before the game launched, 3 days, I think, beforehand, there was like a big to-do on Twitter. I didn't really get the chance to talk about it, because we were talking about other stuff for the YouTube channel and everything. But it was so funny. All of the review codes are just pulled. No one was allowed to like review the game.
Among
That's a
enthusiast
bad
circles,
sign.
the game has been a punching bag for years now, after endless delays and major leaks, which have all turned out to be pretty much spot on in their implications.
Live services, yeah, it can be very dicey. See, the problem, I talked about it when we were talking about like the really in-depth hour-and-a-half long video about this game. The really big issue is that when you make a small single-player game, it's a certain amount of money you spend on that small single-player game, and if it fails, it fails, which sucks, but, you know, that is what it is. If a live service game fails, it is a game that you have had to invest at least like $100 million into. That's the problem. Live service games are inherently giga expensive because of all the infrastructure that goes in to making a live service game. It takes a lot of money to make those games. When CA tried to make Hyenas, it costed them over $250 million. And then CA, who's famous for the Total War games, they decided to take it out on the entire rest of the community that doesn't like live service games. When Hyenas inevitably failed, they shuttered the entire game. They just didn't even release it because it was just so shit. They basically tried to release like broken DLCs, half-finished DLCs. They raised the price on DLCs for the other games that us CA fans who play Total War games actually like. And we're just like, wait, why are we paying for your idiotic mistake? We never asked for you to make Hyenas. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get this shit off my table. And everyone just like, you know, all the Total War fans like actually held hands, saying kumbaya, and raged at CA altogether, to the point that CA had to like apologize, and they had to like tone down the prices for the DLCs and everything. They had to actually like reverse several major decisions, and they actually fired a lot of their upper management that made these bonehead decisions, which, you know, thank goodness they actually did some real things. But man, this is why it's important to talk about these things, in my opinion. I really think this is why I like to make videos like this, because, you know, if you don't hold these people to account, they will try their hardest to shaft you for every single dime that you have.
Previous games,
they don't give a shit about you.
Highly curated single-player adventures with tons of content, and not just any content, unique, good content, and a bunch of...
Man, I played all of Arkham Asylum way before I started streaming for like maybe 80-odd hours. Straight up 80-odd hours for like... It cost me, I don't know, well, like $30, $35, $40, something like that at the time for the game. I didn't buy it directly on launch. It was like a little bit afterwards, so it was relatively on sale. But man, holy smokes, man. 80-odd hours of, and 100% of the game, to be fair. I went for every Riddler trophy and everything. Man, what a game. And then last year, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember exactly when. It was one of the two. I don't know. Time is a construct. We played through all of Arkham City and did the exact same thing. Got pretty much, I don't think we got every single Riddler trophy, but we got the vast majority. We did all the side quests. I think we got actually every single trophy. I'm pretty sure we did, because the trophies weren't like as hard. But man, oh, Kit Valentine, you should play at least Arkham City. Like Arkham City and Arkham Asylum are so good, dude. They're so good, Kit Valentine. Legitimately top tier games. Because like I played Arkham City and I was like, man, I don't know how they could possibly make this game better than Arkham Asylum. And then they did. And I'm like, wow. Never mind. And then chat made fun of me because I didn't listen to them when they told me the game is like literally 12 years old. Or no, I think it was actually like at this point 14 to 15 years old. And I was like, there's no way, man. You guys just try to make me feel old. There's no way. And then I looked up the date on stream and I was like, oh my God. At least it's quality, man. Holy shit. That was a moment of me feeling old.
Upended the stealth genre, turning you from prey to predator, and the combat system was copied by just about everybody else.
Yep.
It cannot be understated just how influential the Arkham games were. I don't know what...
Like, one of the reasons the combat of Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor was so good, and later on Shadow of the War. I didn't actually play Shadow of War, but I played all of Shadow of Mordor. One of the reasons those games are so good is because the combat is straight up a Lord of the Rings version of Batman. Like, it's such a similar game. And it's like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's just, we just gotta put a little, like, you're a ranger, you can shoot arrows instead of batarangs. You got a sword, you're actually killing things, you're not Batman, you're not, stun grenading things or whatever. You're just straight up murdering orcs. It's such a good game, man. It's such a good game. I try to dislike Batman games in particular. Why is that, Kit?
It's more important to state that they're easily the best Batman games ever made, or that they're some of the best games of their generation.
They are.
So to go
they really
from
are.
that to an online-only games-as-a-service co-op shooter about grinding for loot and collecting daily...
Oh, God. Going from a single-player, story-driven, narrative, innovative action experience to a games-as-a-service, looter-shooter, what the fuck microtransaction gamba hell is this?
Rewards is just not what anyone wanted as a
Oh.
follow-up. And for a lot of people, it's not just a disappointing turn from a previously very good developer. It's a straight-up betrayal. Is that a little hyperbolic? Yes. I'm not going to claim it's not, but also it's how people are reacting, and I think you can at least
but the
see where
Batman
they're coming
Arkham
from.
games are
the name itself
as
is
close
enough
as you
to
can
set
get.
people off. Kill the Justice League.
It's
the
really
premise
good.
alone, custom built to make certain people upset. This is a game where you play as the Suicide Squad, and your mission
What
is to
are
kill
we,
the
some
main
kind of
members the Justice
Suicide
League. All your favorite heroes,
Squad?
Batman, Superman, the Flash, Green Lantern, you gotta kill them. It's on the tin. In my opinion, actually not a bad premise for a
Arkham
game.
City and
Like,
Arkham
that has the
Asylum are
potential to
straight
be
up
the best boss rush of all
like a
time,
bona fide
right?
its own
But
story.
they
It's not a
explicitly
copied
say
story.
This is in the Arkham universe,
Just to let you
and
know.
that sours a lot of people's fun. Also, the heroes are victims of mind control. Aliens are controlling them. So kill them. They're evil now, but they're not really evil. But you still got to kill them. Go ahead, kill them. And I'm not going to say this premise could not have worked with a deft hand at the writer's desk, but you'll get what I'm alluding to.
I heard the writing for this game was sorely disappointing. Like, it was, like, almost cartoony. Like, I remember, oh my god, man. Dude, so apparently when you kill Green Lantern in this game, he obviously dies, he loses the ring and all that, right? They leave him with, like, green, straight up, like, green boxer shorts. And it's just, like, little, like, lantern rings all over his boxer shorts. It's just like, wait, what? Why are you doing my boy like this, man? What is wrong with you? Like, dude, really? Like, holy smokes. Yeah, the suit is a construct, but, like, I mean, having, like, that be his death scene is like, what? Are you kidding me, man? It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy.
In a moment when I get into the story.
I like the idea. I wish the execution was good.
What was going on behind the scenes.
And the execution's the problem.
Just don't know why the game turned out the way it did.
Yeah.
We know the game had a rocky development. Hell, the two founders of the studio, Jamie Walker and Seth.
Here we go. Oh my god. Co-founders, studio heads, Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker made the decision to leave the studio. Oh my god. Is there any details? With Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League nearly finished, they have both decided to leave Rocksteady at the end of 2022. And then the game doesn't come out for another 3 years. Okay.
Hill left the company in 2022 while the game was still being worked on. When the founders leave the studio, that's kind of rarely a good sign.
It's very
bad. They didn't just
bad.
leave. They left mid-development of the game, and the warning lights come on there if they come on anywhere. On top of the internal drama that was reported on, the studio suffered.
So Sound Silver said, after they kill the Green Lantern, King Shark just sort of picks up the ring and uses it. Isn't that not supposed to happen? Correct, that's not supposed to happen. The ring, as soon as the Green Lantern dies, I don't know if that's what happens. I haven't seen the unseen. I just saw the green boxer shorts, and I was like, oh my god. They're doing my boy dirty. And, like, oh my god, holy shit, man. Like, I've read the descriptions for the various, like, characters in Kill the Justice League from, like, the Suicide Squad's perspective, and it's just, like, so insulting, man. And, like, that's all the lore you get for them in the game. It's like, dude, this is, like, so insulting, man. Holy shit. But, yeah, so the Lantern Ring just goes off and finds someone else that's worthy. It either returns to, like, Lantern Prime or whatever the hell it's called. I forgot the name of it. where like all the lanterns hang out and like where the source of the power for the Green Lantern Corps is. Or the ring just goes off and finds its new owner. It like chooses someone. And Aita, my friend, Aita or Aita, thank you for the kind words. Welcome to stream. Welcome to Corey Crew. Thank you for the kind words. It is all an au natural beard. If you enjoy the vibes, drop a follow. We do full variety every night. And right now we're looking at the Suicide Squad.
A number of high-profile leaks that all but spoiled the entire story well before the game even came out.
Dude, I read some of the spoilers and I was like, there's no way this is real. Like, this is so contrived and such bad writing that there's no way. Disney, it doesn't matter if you're not a fan about Disney stuff. This has nothing to do with Disney.
Sort of lead to misunderstandings, misinformation about what a game's story actually is. But Suicide Squad, no. Everyone was right to not like what they were seeing.
Yep.
Because of the live service nature of the game, basically the entire story
making it into a live service. I will never understand this boneheaded decision.
This isn't like Arkham where major story events happen in the game. Everything story related outside of boss fights is told through cutscenes.
Yep.
So it's easy to piece together the story without missing a lot, and the result is not great. Then, after all this...
You know, I bet someone has put a compilation of all the cutscenes in the game. I might want to, like, watch that and, like, see how bad it is.
Happened that nobody could have anticipated. Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, not just from the Arkham games previously, but also from the animated series. He died tragically in 2022, which made the game one of his...
Yeah, Ada, we do a giveaway anytime we hit 40 concurrent viewers. I've done over 187 giveaways last year. Basically, if you bring friends over, we hit the 40 concurrent viewer mark. We will start a giveaway on this channel. Whoever wins the giveaway will give me 3 of their favorite game genres. Any 3, and I'll find an awesome Steam game that you can feel free to look up as well. About any of those 3 game genres, we have a bit of a back and forth. I learn about your game tastes, and we'll find a game that you like. And if you like the game that I mentioned, I'll describe the game to you. You can feel free, again, to look it up on Steam and see the reviews and such yourself. I do not mind. You get the game, and if not, then we keep looking until we find a game that you like. There you go. That's how it works.
Final roles.
Every single night we have 40 concurrent viewers. And we stream every night.
On and insulted by the Suicide Squad is not the best way to go out. So it made it so the story wasn't just bad in people's eyes. In a lot of ways, it felt disrespectful and an insult to the character Conroy played for.
Dude, they literally, Harley, like, yells at Batman, doesn't talk about, like, any of the events that they've had in their past or anything, and just takes a gun and just shoots him in the head. And that's it. That is literally it. It is insane.
About 30 years. Here's the thing. I don't know that this controversy would be quite as fervent if they weren't trying to sell this game as a follow-up to the Arkham game.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be canon with this badass of a Batman. It's just like, wait, what? You know, it's interesting because the intro of Gotham Knights also kills Batman. Like, the entire story of Gotham Knights is you're playing as the Bat family, as in Robin and Nightwing and Red Hood and Batgirl. And in the beginning of the game, Batman dies. Hey, there's no, oh, you know, we just gotta find where he's hiding, or, you know, he's been kidnapped. No, he's dead. He's dead. And the scene, I've watched the scene of Gotham Knights because I'm just gonna buy Gotham Knights either. And so when they kill Batman in Gotham Knights, it's like a good scene. He goes out swinging. It's a good fight. He chooses his ground. He stands his ground, brother. And he decides to go out in a and not in a blaze of glory, but like in a fighting way that will help protect his future and help protect those he cares about. And like that's how it should happen. Like that was I mean, Gotham Knights, you know, was a failure for its live service tripe, but the actual like storyline was not bad. Apparently, like the single player storyline was like legit not bad, which is why it was such a disappointment. The live service component of the game was just so trash because like the story itself was like actually not bad. Like if you have to kill Batman, that's the way to do it. It's done with respect. It's done with like an actual feel for the character. It's done with good writing. And it's done with like real emotions all throughout. And it's like a 10-minute scene is the intro. Like it's a good chunk. It's not just Harlequin taking a gun saying, well, you never were funny anyways. And then he like shoots him in the head or something like that. It's like, wait, what? It's like, are you kidding me?
Standalone thing about an evil Batman. There'd be some people griping about it, but like this is canon to the Arkham timeline.
Yeah.
I think if it hadn't been, the negative voices wouldn't have been quite so loud.
Absolutely.
But there is a lot
and
of
like the reason that Batman, so at the end of Arkham Knight, he like destroys the Batcave, fakes his death, and decides to like, you know, protect Gotham as a hidden vigilante for as long as he possibly can. And like that's like the ending. That's the ending. He's no longer like officially Batman. Bruce Wayne is gone from the lexicon. And he just joins the Justice League randomly years later, screwing over the entire family he's did all this to protect. Like it just didn't even make any sense. They just like brought him out of retirement for no reason. Like there was no reason real given. Like why did he come out to, you know, join the Justice League and then, you know, get poisoned by Brainiac or whatever the fuck the story is? There was just zero actual reasoning for it.
Running this game, so much so that it makes you think it can't possibly be that bad, right?
Yep.
This is
no, it is.
Rocksteady we're talking about.
It is
These
really
guys
that bad.
Know what they're doing. This is not the same Rocksteady that made the Arkham game.
See, a company is no longer the company that it was before when like a bunch of the company leaves and the developers that made the games great leave. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if Rocksteady made those games before, the Arkham games, the games that you and I grew up on and love so dearly. If like, you know, a giant chunk of the talented workforce that created with so much passion those games leaves, it's not the same Rocksteady. It's a shadow of its former self, and it shows.
So, on the first day of early access, which was only available to people who dropped $100 on the Ultimate Edition
God.
of the game, go
Can
figure.
Can we get away from this deluxe edition being $30 to $40 more, and you get to play it like 3 days early? Can we get away from this trend in gaming? It is the most annoying trend in gaming. Like it is so disingenuous, man. It is so disingenuous. And Aurora, welcome back, my friend. We miss you. It's so great to have you back. How have you been? You're breathtaking.
The entire game was inaccessible for most of the day because of a bizarre bug that started new players off with 100% completion.
Yep.
The devs were already on the defensive.
Oh, and when they I don't think this is going to mention it, but when they cut the servers off, no one could play the game, by the way. Yet another problem with always online, forced games as a service modes. When the server goes down, you cannot play the game. It is down. Like, that's fine for an MMO. This ain't an MMO.
They gave $20 of in-game currency as compensation so players could buy costumes. Some of these bundles can cost up to $40, and the game gives you no way.
A bundle for $40 for a costume. Man, that's like Valorant prices. Except that Valorant is free. You could play the entire game of Valorant for your entire time playing Valorant, and you could spend not a single solitary dime. How do I know this? That's how I've played Valorant. Same with League of Legends. At least you don't have to spend money on those games to play them. This you had to buy for a full $70.
Of earning currency or store items in game.
Oh,
so
congrats!
Already not off to a great.
So Aurora, do you no longer work as in the bakery anymore? Let me know. And huge congrats on the new job. I'm glad. It looks like you're liking it. So I hope you're liking it. That is awesome. And by the way, since you've not been in here a while, just to let you know, we have started a YouTube channel. We are at 50 videos now. We had our 50th video anniversary. It was also my birthday a few days ago, so we have a special thing for you there. Absolutely, check that out.
They're also not providing review codes to most major websites, and that's not a good sign. I mean, sometimes you get a Doom 2016, which also didn't do that, and it turns out to be like a total banger. Some lunatic in the marketing department is like, let's make people think it's gonna be bad, and then it's awesome. And it works because it's awesome. I'll go ahead and say I don't think that the marketing industry is usually filled with creative lunatics like that. And most of the time withholding codes like this is it's because the publisher doesn't have a lot of confidence in the game. Here's the thing though, the game I played wasn't a total disaster, but it's a pretty disappointing one. It's got a lot of controversial elements that are sure to rile up both Batman fans, superhero fans in
absolutely.
general. Here's the real kicker in my opinion. Anyone who respects good game design. I'm one of these people who doesn't
No one who likes this game respects good game design. Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, that's... Why would he say something so controversial, yet so brave?
Doesn't care about canon. Like, if you want to tell an interesting story and it breaks canon and does something even disrespectful to characters, I'm cool with that if it works.
If it works.
But it doesn't work. But even if we can't bank
and
on
it's
that,
a risk. Like, they knew it was a risk making this.
Fun, I don't care. Sadly, this is a game that has not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4. Do you want me to keep counting? I'm not going to. I'm just going to say how many. 7. It has 7 main story missions where you defend a car while it slowly drives down a road and enemies spawn.
Bro, this is like original World of Warcraft level escort mission design, where the thing moves at like 1/5 of your pace, and you just have to protect the escort. Oh my God, dude. There's 7 of these, man. There's 7 of these in a single player game. Are you kidding me right now? Welcome, Aurora. I typed to you what I was saying. And Clockwork, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to stream. Welcome to the Corey crew. Good to see you tonight.
In and attack it. I want to reiterate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in World of Warcraft, when it's slower than your run speed and faster than your walk speed. It's so miserable.
Rocksteady that made the Arkham games. I don't know what kind of staff is turned over there, but it ain't the same company.
I was hoping Game Ranks would have details on the staff turnover.
World design, Rocksteady still knows what they're doing. The minute-to-minute gameplay feels pretty good, and the small chunk of Metropolis...
Does it feel good? It doesn't look good. Like, I mean, I'll take Game Ranks' word for it, but it does not look good. It does not look like it feels good.
This game takes place in is fantastic and is full of these cool...
And again, like in the previous scene, why is Captain fucking Boomerang using guns? He's not Captain Gun. He's Captain Boomerang. Like, it's really not that complicated, guys. Like, why is he pulling out guns? Why would he ever use a boomerang if he has guns? That's the entire point of his character. He's an idiot. He uses boomerangs for everything. He has a, a time bomb and a boomerang. He has a, Deadshot uses guns. Yeah, that's the only... Dude, every character uses guns in this. You know why, Silent Silver? Because this game was not made with any, like, semblance of thought in mind. And they were just like, I mean, it's a looter shooter. Everyone's got to use guns, and everyone has to have a form of melee attack. So, you know, it's just going to be the same thing. It's just going to be the same thing. I don't know why I went full New Yorker with that, but yeah, that's exactly why. And Hail Munin, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the love, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Happy evening. Hope you're having a great night. Thank you so much for the raid, for the love, my friend. We're actually doing some fun YouTube content right now where we're discussing the Suicide Squad.
Because the game's focus
How are
is
you?
Being an open world
How are you?
Welcome.
The
entire story is basically one long tutorial.
Everyone give Hail Munin some serious love.
By the time the credits roll, the entire Kill the Justice.
What were you streaming tonight, my friend? The bot did not say.
It's a game that could have easily.
And welcome, my friend. We're doing good.
But it really lays it on.
We put up 50 videos on YouTube now.
The entire
50
to the squad is
extended
riff on the opening to Batman.
Also, it was just my birthday a few days ago.
Same music, everything. Later on, one of the best sequences in the game, has you sneak through a Batman museum with callbacks and references to all the Arkham games, and it does a pretty good job recapping the plot. The game wants to make it 100% clear that yes, this is the next game.
So there's no even question. It's like 100% the Arkham. It's not like, oh, we're saying it is, but you know, you could mess with it. It's not real. No, it's 100% the same. How is this the same Harley Quinn? There's no way. She doesn't look the same. She doesn't act the same. She doesn't sound the same. Nothing. Nothing. A genie. Nice, Hale. Welcome, welcome, my friend.
in the Arkhamverse. It is legitimately interesting to finally see.
We
what
restarted
happened
our
to
Baldur's
Batman
Gate
after
run, by the
teaser at
way.
end of Arkham Knight, but
I know you
then
like
you
that.
remember that. Oh yeah, the Batman everyone likes is an alien zombie now, and he's got to die. It's great hearing Kevin Conroy in the role again, and it's actually kind of amusing seeing him ham it up as a villain. But some of his scenes have really set people off. And let's be clear here: the treatment of Batman isn't the only part of the story making people mad. It's pretty much the entire Justice League.
Dude, they disrespect like every single Justice League character, and he's like, oh yeah, man, it looks like it because Green Lantern was a cop, it was an Air Force pilot. Man, he sucks, man. Oh man, it's like, dude, wait, what? He's literally a good guy. Like, he's as good of a guy as you can possibly get. Like, he's legitimately a good person. Why are you shitting on this? Like, what is wrong with you? Do you hate good people? Like, is that the entire point of this story? Like, what is this? Yeah, we did. Because my previous Baldur's Gate 3 campaign, the save file got corrupted. So I had to start from the very, very beginning. Aurora, tell us about your new job.
They all have awkward, ignoble fates that are bound
It's okay.
to rile up a
At least I can
fanboy or
put
two,
this on
but
YouTube
Batman
now.
really gets at the worst.
The Baldur's Gate
There's
3.
a scene where we get the
So keep in mind, my friend, if you've not followed the YouTube channel yet, give it a sub. It's completely free. It's basically like a follow on Twitch. And there's an awful lot of awesome content, lots of game discussion. We have some D&D stuff up there. We have some Baldur's Gate 3 already up there and more to come. All kinds of stuff. And our new campaign for Baldur's Gate 3, the single player one, will be going up there as well. My friend.
Felt message to the rest of the Bat family about how to defeat him and his friends if they turn evil. And the Suicide Squad laugh at it and fast forward through the message. And oh yeah, you could see Robin's bloody mask on the floor, implying that Batman killed his adopted son Robin.
Oh my god, dude. This is what they did with the last chunk of Arkham. Like, this is how they murdered the character. Oh my god, dude. This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
It's likely the rest of the Bat family are dead too, meaning his own proteges couldn't.
Why did they not think this out more?
You...
Because they didn't care, Clockwork. WB wanted a live service game to appease shareholders and try to make, Fortnite level money. And they decided not to put the effort to make a Fortnite level game. I'm not a Fortnite player, but at least Fortnite's good. At least for the people who like Fortnite, it's a good game. But they wanted them Fortnite dollars. Fortnite dollars. Wasn't that Robin, his actual son, not adopted? I never played Arkham Knight or Origins, so I don't know where they went with the story. But yeah, I mean, I know there is a Robin that's his actual son, Damien. But I don't know if this went that way or not. Dungeon Master, we missed you, buddy. Welcome back. How you been? Been a while. Hope you're doing good, my friend. A few days ago was my birthday, and we are doing some YouTube content right now explaining what happened with the new Suicide Squad game.
Or idiots somehow managed to do it.
How are you doing, Dungeon Master?
In a horror segment that goes on too long. After you beat Batman with the game's weirdly anticlimactic battle, you haul his knocked out body over to the Earth 2 version of Lex Luthor, which, by the way, this universe's version got his heart ripped out by the Flash. It's just another one of these games shocking for its own sake. Scenes that
it's like a 5-year-old writing shock value for just having shock value. Like, have you ever read fan fiction, chat? Have you ever read really bad fan fiction where it's like things just happen just because? Or like bad, dude, like even some of the new Marvel shit. It's just like, written like bad fan fiction, some of it. It's like just things happening just because they'll happen. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that.
Doesn't really amount to a lot. So you put Batman in a shrink ball and you can play catch by throwing him in other
bad climaxes. Yeah, exactly.
Because, funny, I guess. That's funny. And then in Luthor's lab, Batman starts to say the iconic stuff from the opening to Batman the animated series before getting poked with a needle and making a cartoon falsetto noise. A better written game could probably pull off this kind of dark
cartoon falsetto noise? Wait,
a
what?
better written game, it's not. The other most infamous scene is probably Batman's death. The squad take Batman to the park as bait to confront Superman.
This is the scene I was telling you about.
Nothing all that interesting is said, and Harley shoots Batman in the head. Like, I'll say this again, it doesn't necessarily bother me personally as badly, but it bothers me. Why it bothers people. You played as him in the 3 other games. And oh yeah, it's Batman.
And it's like, not only just Batman, it is like, since you played with him in 4 other games, you realize like the depth of how good this Batman is. He's done a lot. You've done a lot as him. He's gonna shoot that in the head? Like, what? It's insane. Like, it's just, it's literally an insult to the character. And it's an insult to everyone who played those games. That's what it is.
Really,
that's why people are pissed.
Batman take a bullet to the brain and have
because this was the Batman that you played as.
Actually means
edgy 15-year-olds DC fanfiction. Exactly, sounds so.
Sequence incorrectly and
well said.
Have to start over. I don't really know what the tone is supposed to be here. Is it sad? Is it funny? Is it? I mean, it is shocking, but maybe not quite.
It's just shock value.
As when Captain Boomerang whips his dick out to pee on the Flash.
Not a joke, by the way. This is exactly what happens. He whips his dick out to pee on the Flash. Like, legit. Legitimately, that is what happens.
Which, by the way, happens. And also everyone compliments him on the size of his dick, which, nice. What the hell is going on here? Of course, it's also likely that none of these characters are actually dead in terms of the game's story. There are just enough clues here to suggest that they're all still alive somehow, either kept alive by Brainiac, or they're clones, or they're replaced with alternate universe doubles, or some crap like that. It just doesn't fix the not funny and awkward death scenes. Even if it gets undone later in DLC, we still had to watch a scene where Batman gets shot in the head on a park bench, and it's not really played for laughs or for pathos.
No.
Like, it seems
none.
To not really
no emotion
matter,
there.
That's the weirdest part about it. At that point, it just seems kind of like they're trying to wrap things up. Overall, the story is a mess, and that's where all the easiest outrage comes from. But it's hardly the only problem.
There's plenty of outrage to go around with this.
Issue is,
dude, this is going to be my 5th video about this game. I'm so happy with this. Hey, no worries, Dungeon Master. If you're able to leave a lurk, means the world. Thank you for saying hello, buddy. And feel free to hop in anytime. We always love to see you, and we're always on, buddy. I will be having a marathon stream this upcoming Friday or Saturday for my birthday, and it'll be a marathon of over 24 hours and on a weekend. So hopefully I'll be seeing a lot of you there. I would really appreciate it if you show up, guys.
Well, the graphics.
Normally I don't ask that, but it's my birthday.
This is an ugly game. It can look.
I'll ask you guys to show up for the birthday. And my birthday. Yeah, thank you. It was several days ago. Appreciate it.
Smooth, but when you directly
I did announce it in the Discord as well, by the way. So keep your eye on the Discord for any announcements.
Like, Arkham Knight came out in 2015. That is 9 years ago.
9 years ago.
Decade, and it holds up extremely well.
And we saw the comparisons with the graphics, with the movement, with the fighting, everything. Even Harley Quinn herself. Like, literally, it was a frame by frame comparison of Harley Quinn, both walking and fighting, from 9 years ago to current gen. And it is such a regression.
In-soaked city streets still look amazing now, today. The character models still look great.
Oh, they're doing the side-by-side right here.
Technology.
Look at that.
Facial animation in Arkham Knight to Suicide Squad, but the differences are not so distinct in a lot of other ways. Take, for example, a panning shot at night. In Arkham Knight, the world is vibrant and beautiful at night, while in Suicide Squad just feels barren and empty. A flat gray.
And dull. It looks like everything is faded out. And the reason is because there is. You know why? Why do you fade something out? So you don't have to put as much detail in the lighting and reflections. That is why. Gordon Ramsay, buddy, welcome, my friend. Pleasure to have you in here. What kind of games you have to play, watch, and enjoy? We do full variety.
The city looks
every
much
night.
Better, but ironically, it actually gets uglier and uglier as the game progresses. It's cool to see the city transform from a modern metropolis to a dusty post-apocalyptic disaster area, but the end result is you take a beautiful city
disgusting
and make it ugly.
Yeah.
Also, the idea of ugly here is kind of bland, just brown and gray.
Oh, Ada, welcome.
3, Xbox 360
Gordon, pleasure to meet you both.
Not necessarily in terms of quality, but definitely in terms of color palette. It's not something I want to focus too much on because, for the most part, this is actually...
You know what the problem is with the Suicide Squad? Squad, considering we have the Gordon Ramsay in here in Twitch chat. It's fucking raw. They didn't cook it, guys. They didn't fully cook the Suicide Squad. That's what it was, guys. See, we figured it out. It's fucking raw. Dude, can you imagine Gordon Ramsay going to Rocksteady Studios and just ripping them a new one? You sent out unfinished food. What is wrong with you? The chicken is still walking. Oh my god, yeah. What are you, an idiot sandwich? Exactly. Disgusting. Exactly. Ada and Gordon Ramsay, if you enjoyed the vibes, my friend, feel free to drop a follow. I stream every single night. And also, as you were asking about the giveaway, it is required to be following the stream to join the giveaways if they do, anytime they do start. And also, you do have to be in our Discord as well. You're more than welcome to join. Both things to do are completely free. But we do giveaways.
But if you're making the follow-up to what's
it's
one
a lot
of the
fun
best-looking games of all time, still a decade
consistent,
after its
fun,
release,
awesome
you're gonna
content.
get comparisons. And with this game, they are just not always flattering. And
no,
you know,
not at all.
You've probably been waiting to say this because I'm me. You know this was coming. If there is one thing that really, truly drags
I don't really
this
know
game
this Falcon
down,
guy.
It's the live service element.
Yeah.
It's why the game
that's fair. That's fair.
into a shooter.
A live service, insultingly shitty, useless grind.
Where most of the game is played
Man.
by completing these basic multiplayer style objectives in a small open world map. The story
Brutal.
negatively affected as well. The need to sell the end game to the player completely undermines the narrative in one of the most bizarrely terrible finales I have ever experienced. So I mentioned you use Batman to lure out Superman, right? Well, after that, you beat Superman, and the game immediately jumps into introducing the actual villain behind the whole evasion,
Brainiac.
But instead of setting up the epic finale, where you infiltrate the mothership and take this guy down once and for all, the game just stops all the momentum of the story.
It's like, it's done. There's no ending to this game, guys. Do you know why? Because if there was an ending to this game, no one would play the live service for no reason.
To sell you on the end game. Seriously.
This is exactly what Marvel's Avengers did. The actual storyline was really, really good. And then they just gave some random useless reasons to continue to go out in the world and do the same repetitive quests over and over and over again. Up until that point, the actual story was fantastic for Marvel's Avengers. At least it was good. And this is like not even good. And then they're doing the same trick at the end to make you play the live service.
My jaw was on the floor when this was all happening.
I knew it was going to happen, man.
Hates live service shit.
Bro, I've been talking about this for years.
I hate it. And even I was kind of amazed
that they did as bad.
Yeah. I've seen quite a bit of live service shit at this point. Like, they don't just sell you on the end game. The end game effectively nullifies all of your actions going forward.
Absolutely.
I just have to say this. It's almost like they put effort into making it bewilderingly bad.
Yep.
So before you even fight Brainiac, you find out that beating Brainiac is pointless because there's 13 of these guys in different universes. So killing one of them,
and they're all doing the
matter.
same thing.
Now, in an actual story,
That's
this
wacky.
would be a bluff, or you and your plucky heroes would come up with some way to defeat him once and for all. But this is a live service game, so there's got to be an end game. So enjoy endlessly grinding those Brainiacs right at the finish line. The game removes all the stakes, all the tension of the story, and replace it with the dawning realization that this is what they expect.
You know, this is interesting because, like, this is actually why people don't like Kang as a villain for all the new MCU stuff. Because the multiverse makes everything useless. And it's just like, human brains are not made to really care about the abstract of, like, giant generational multiverses with, like, billions and trillions of possibilities stuff. We don't care. If you give us a grounded story about the person in front of us, we care far more. Like, that is the exact same problem. I haven't made a video or really talked about the issues with the MCU recently. Granted, I have not caught up on all of the MCU stuff. There's so much crap. But I've watched some of the new MCU stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm like the biggest. I literally have a baby Captain America next to me. I'm named Captain Corgi because I love Captain America and corgis. Like, I am the biggest fucking Marvel shill. And I, very disappointed with the new past couple of years of Marvel, let's just say. And one of the reasons is this reason. Multiverses are such a cop-out a lot of times. Not always. For example, Everything Everywhere at Once did multiverses in a very, very good way. So it doesn't always have to suck, but this is one reason and one way it really does suck.
Doing in perpetuity. This is the service that you are intended to live in. The live service.
Yep, and it never ends.
Final story segment feel completely hollow.
Consume, pay, buy DLCs, buy coins that you can use for costumes, play forever. That is how these people feel. That is how Rocksteady feels here.
And the epic final
That's what they're going for.
With Brainiac number 13, it's just the Flash again. That's how they chose to end the game, with a total whimper. Most live service games still manage to have a satisfying enough story. I mean, hell, even the Avengers
exactly,
game had
I mean, a lot
boss and
like
ending.
single-player games generally are going to be better. There are good live service games out there. I play live service games. Every MMO technically is a live service game. So there's reasons why live service works. However, the game has to be good. The game has to be better than good for a live service to work. I think they don't realize that you have to do better than a single player game by a large margin to make a live service worth it. And they haven't caught on to that fact. Usually every live service game is just worse than a single player game. So why would you ever play the live service? That's why they failed. That's why Anthem failed. That's why Gotham Knights failed. That's why Marvel's Avengers failed. That's why Suicide Squad is destined for failure. And so on.
But this game does not even clear that low bar. They seriously expect there to be 6 distinct seasons with 2 new Brainiacs.
6 seasons of this game. Dude, this game is going to be dead in a year. WB has no clue how much money they're about to lose. Oh my god. You might want to short WB stock. If you guys work the stock market, I don't know. I'm not a stock market guy, but just saying, WB is planning for this game to last at least 6 seasons, which is 3 years. There's no shot. Unless this game has like the biggest Cinderella story turnaround, give it half a year. I mean, usually, like, even a bad live service game will stay alive for a year just to give it a chance and, like, see if maybe there'll be a turnaround. That's why, like, even like, in this game's case, I don't think it'll die until a year has passed. Because it's going to be on life support for that time, at least.
To fight. Will Rocksteady even be around that long?
No.
I don't know, but one fight with...
Every single time a live service game like this fails, who suffers the brunt? The developers that were on a time crunch, paid too little, tried their hardest, and, was given a game that they didn't even want to make. None of these actual developers that were the layovers from the Arkham days wanted to make this game, I can almost assure you. None of them wanted to make Marvel's Avengers to be live service. That's why the single player was so good and the live service was so shit. Because no one wanted to make it. It's a completely different level of effort. There's no way, no shot that Rocksteady will be in the same shape that it is in now in a year when this game fails. It always leads to layoffs and firings and everything like that for the developers who worked hard. And it almost never leads to the layoffs and firings of the executives who made this shit happen.
This guy, that is
such a travesty
for me. Suicide Squad is a game running at cross purposes. For people who just want to grind repetitive missions with their friends, there is some fun to be had here.
Sure.
The movement powers are all pretty great, and the combat generally does feel good to play, but it's not
if you
enough.
say so.
And it's definitely not Arkham. Beyond that, it has this story, which gets in the
Gotham
way
Knights was
anytime
more
you feel
Arkham,
like you're
and it
starting
still
to have
failed.
fun, which is rare because even good gameplay is boring as hell when there's no reason. And that's what my problem with live service games is, and it's what the problem with this game is, in my opinion, at least. People looking for a proper follow-up to Rocksteady's Arkham games are just gonna get mad.
Disappointed.
There's a bunch of strange story choices here. And it also obviously doesn't play like an Arkham game. There's some small elements there, and there's even some story things that allude back to the Arkham games that, you know, I don't hate. But, like, the game doesn't even have a real ending. It's a bizarre game that mostly left me wondering how this took 9 years to make. Development had to have been rebooted multiple times. That's the only explanation why this brief 10 or so hour story with a pretty small open world. And
wait, the story is 10 hours? Are you serious? Wait, that's even shorter than I thought. Marvel's Avengers story, I played it on stream because I was like, you know, trying to collect everything and so on for 30 hours. I overplayed it, but it was like 30 hours of good story. You know, a normal person that isn't me and, you know, a fucking superhero shill, would probably play through all of Marvel's Avengers in 15, 20 hours. Maybe 25. But 10-hour story? Let's see how long Gotham Knights story length. 15 to 20 hours. So this is markedly shorter than both other extremely comparative games.
Even after playing it to completion, I am still wondering what the hell is going on with Suicide Squad. I'm sure this is a game that will have its defenders. Like I said, some elements of the game...
Dude, there's so many loud-ass copium-addicted defenders on Twitter. And it's like, if you're saying, hey, I know the game has issues, but I still like it, I don't mind that. Everyone has their guilty pleasures. Everyone likes a game that everyone else hates. I do not mind that. I do not mind that. But there are so many people on Twitter that are acting like everyone who is hating on this game is just crazy. They're literally gaslighting the people that don't like this game. It is insane. It is some crazy shit that you see on social media right now. Oh my God.
Pretty good. And beyond that, it's just a really divisive, high-profile game. So that's going to happen, but in my opinion, it's just undeniably flawed. As far as live service games go, yeah, there's worse out there, both in terms of monetization and
there's not many.
But this isn't the game that fans want.
There's worse out there.
People love the
Man, this is when I love a stunning recommendation. I would love for to be recommended to someone as, yeah, there's worse than him out there. You know, I guess you could settle for it. Jesus Christ. Man, have you ever been recommended a restaurant and the person who recommends you the restaurant is like, yeah, there's worse out there. Go ahead and try it. No. I would never go to a restaurant where someone tells me, yeah, there's worse out there. You know, the Chinese food isn't bad. There's worse out there. Oh my God, man. That's like such... Holy smokes, man.
Some will say it's the story, but I'm
going
to argue
it's
not just the story. And given the fact that so many live service game studios are reporting huge layoffs and not...
Yes, because live service games are inherently like tens of millions, hundreds of millions sometimes, dollars more expensive to make, run, and day-to-day operate. They're so much more expensive. So if you don't make that money back, there's no way to keep that game in operation. And the game dies. And it dies not with a whimper, but with a giant roar because everything crashes down. And it's gone. And it's super gone.
Not getting it very good earnings, failing to meet expectations. It seems like Rocksteady is anchoring themselves to a sinking ship. I hope that's not the case because nobody wants to see people lose their jobs and for like this of all things.
And it will be leading to the developers losing their jobs. Again, it won't be the assholes at WB who forced this game to be made.
But Rocksteady
it will not be
could
them.
have avoided this if they didn't make, or rather weren't forced to make a live service game.
They were forced to make it.
Imagine somebody shoved this down their throats, right? All we want.
Oh, I explained my previous video who did
and
why.
Had to do, guys, and it's probably all they wanted to do. And yet here we are. That's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like.
I mean, I'll just say it. The focus groups that these big companies listen to, they're not gamers. They're not. They're people looking at stocks, and they're people looking at like the live service volume of Fortnite. and they look at it with these dollar signs in their eyes. Like literally from a cartoon, they're just money hungry grubbing whores. Straight up. That's what those execs are. And that is why they go for these live service games again and again and again without any semblance of quality. And that's why they suck. That's why they fail. And that is why they lead to giant shutdowns of actually a lot of times very good gaming companies. And it is so sad to see. Oh, man. Oh, man. Holy smokes. What a video, though. Guys, if you like this video, I will be posting it on YouTube. And, of course, we'll be putting the link in there. But if you like game ranks, I haven't seen a lot of game ranks. I've seen a bit of it here and there. They do some pretty good stuff. And this was actually a very well-made video. Big W to game ranks. I've shit-talked gaming journalism, heavy use of quotes many times. But you got to call out the good as well as calling out the bad. And this is definitely the W's. This is definitely one of the W videos. Very good detail, very good context. He goes into a lot of different aspects. I actually didn't agree with him on a lot of stuff as well. But you know, and that's totally fair. He gave a lot of detail, and I appreciate that. Very, very well-made video.